When it comes to mysteriousness, girls are right up there with the Egyptian pyramids because although they are here among us, nobody really actually knows how they work. But that is all about to change. One of the most important things that a guy can understand is whether or not a girl is interested in him. And as it turns out, girls actually give off hidden signals when they are interested in us. And the implications of knowing these signals is absolutely huge. And if nothing else, it gives men who aren't really sure if they are good looking or attractive a way to know for sure what girls actually think of them. And if you guys want more exclusive content like this, be sure to check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. And with that said, let's get right into it. Number 1. Something that men always notice is the moment that a really good looking girl walks into the room. In fact, our ability as men to notice a girl who has the right proportions is almost to a fault. And the crazy thing about this is that girls are actually 100 times better at this than even we are, and at any given time, they are acutely aware of their surroundings. The precise moment that you enter a girl's field of vision, she will instantly notice you before you even have any idea that she is there. That is how good that they are. Many times I will be sitting somewhere like a Starbucks where many girls are sitting around me, and at some point I will look up from my phone after I sit down in the general direction of one of the girls near me. And as I do this, she will look over at me and make eye contact for a second, and then she will look away. If a girl is interested in you, or if she deems you to be visually appealing or visually stimulating, she will keep you within her sights, and then she will sit and wait for the precise moment for you to look her way. And then as you do this, she will look at you. Just like girls are very picky when choosing their men, they are also very specific about where they look. And if a girl doesn't like you, you better believe that she will not be looking at you, plain and simple. Now, if you were to look up from your phone and look in the direction of a girl and she looks at you quickly and then looks away, there's a good chance that she is showing you that she is interested in you. So the next time that you walk into a room with girls in it, purposefully look around at each of them and see how many quickly make eye contact with you. But the key here is to wait at least 2 to 3 seconds after you enter the room. Otherwise, they could just be looking at you for the exact same reason why any of us would look at a stranger who enters a room that we're in, which has nothing to do with attraction. Now, my favorite thing to do personally is to avoid looking at any of the girls in the room until I've ordered my drink and sat down, and then I will casually look around the room and take notice of which girls magically make eye contact with me when I look in their direction. Now, always remember that girls are incredibly purposeful in most things that they do, meaning they're not going to bother to look at you unless there's a very specific reason to do so. So if you're a guy who is not exactly 100% sure that you're a good looking dude, all you have to do is simply take a second to slowly look around the next time that you're in a room with several females and pay attention to the ones that make eye contact with you when you look in their direction. Number 2, downward gazing. Next up, we have something called downward gazing, and this hidden signal is directly tied into number 1. And it typically occurs immediately after you make eye contact with a girl. Now, this one is actually really fun to try out, and all that you have to do is look at a girl and pay attention where her eyes go. Countless studies done on primates show that looking down is not only a sign of submission, but it's also one of the most tried and true signals of interest that a female can show to a male. And as you already know, humans are shockingly similar to primates, especially when it comes to things like courtship. Now, after making eye contact with you, a female will typically engage in what is called a downward gaze, meaning she will look at you and then she will look down for a period of about half to 1 full second, which is her way of showing a small sign of submissiveness. So the next time that you make eye contact with girls around you, pay special attention to where their eyes go after they look at you. And if you notice this sign, the odds that she finds you attractive will be even higher than if she were to just make casual eye contact with you and then go back to whatever it is that she was doing. Number 3, emotional outbursts. How many times have you been to some sort of event or in school or something and been fairly close to a large group of girls and all of a sudden you start hearing loud laughter and outbursts? As mentioned earlier, it might not seem like it at times, but females are exceptionally deliberate in the way that they do things, meaning there's almost always an important reason behind why they choose to do or not to do something. Something interesting to know about men is that when we want to get a girl's attention, typically we do something that involves action, such as aggressively dunking a basketball, or we might yell something playful at one of our buddies. This is actually the same exact logic that powers the burnouts and the other things that men do to show off with their cars whenever there are females around. And we do these things to get the attention of nearby females, and females do the same thing, but instead of large displays of action or aggressiveness that males do, females typically use things like emotional outbursts. The most classic form of an emotional outburst that a girl will engage in if you are nearby and she wants to get your attention is laughing really loud. These outbursts tend to occur most often when a group contains at least 3 girls, but this classic signal is also commonly displayed when there are only 2 girls, or even if there's just 1 girl who's on a phone. Keep in mind that girls will not use this signal to get your attention when alone, unless they are on the phone with another girl, in which case they might talk incredibly loud for a second as they pass by you or when they are sitting near you. So the next time that you are out in public and you suddenly hear an outburst of giggling or laughter or something similar, look in the direction of the outbursts and pay attention to which of the girls makes eye contact with you. Sometimes girls are like guys and they can get loud and obnoxious for no real reason. But if you look over at them after the outburst and one or more of the girls locks eyes with you, there's a really good chance that this girl finds you physically attractive. Number 4, lower body movements. One of the most hidden signs that a girl finds you attractive pertains to how she moves the lower parts of her body. When a female is attracted to a male, certain activity occurs within the brain, and it causes her body to do various things that she really has no control over. This is the coolest part about all this, because this sign is something that she has no control over, has no idea she's even doing. You will know exactly what it is and what it could mean. Every guy out there knows that one of the most attractive parts of any female is her legs, typically because they are long and, well, attractive. And many studies have been done to decipher the hidden signals that females give off when they find a man attractive, and lower body movements work exceptionally well for grabbing the attention of nearby males. Now the reason for this is simple, and it's because the legs are the longest and one of the most attractive aspects of the female body, so it makes perfect sense that to grab a male's attention and to show him that she likes him, a female would naturally display an increase in lower body movements. Now obviously we can't be a creep and just stare at some girl's legs, but what you can do is use your peripheral vision to look in her general direction. And if you see a lot of leg movement, or if you see her running her hands down her legs slowly, this could be a good sign that she is interested in you. Number 5, something you'll quickly notice about most girls is that they absolutely love to talk. And the reason for this is because the need to communicate is hardwired into every single part of their brain. And when compared to men, females actually have an innate need to socialize for longer, more frequently, and more deeply than males. And while talking, the female brain actually releases a cocktail of feel-good chemicals which are capable of producing a euphoric effect. One of the hidden signals that girls unknowingly give off when they like a guy is something similar to what you might expect from somebody who is experiencing a sort of euphoric effect. And the greater the intensity of this behavior, or the greater the effect, the more likely it is that the girl that you are talking to finds you incredibly attractive. Now, unlike the other signals, which can be read from a distance, this sign is only able to be read while you are talking to a girl. But the truth is that its significance is no less important than the rest when it comes to knowing if a girl finds you attractive or not. And knowing whether or not a girl finds you attractive is easily one of the most important skills that you can learn throughout your life. And the more that you practice this skill, the better that you will get at it over time. If you guys really like this video, or if you just want to support the channel, be sure to check out my Patreon, where I'm going to start posting only my most exclusive content. The link is in the description below this video. And until next time, thanks for watching.